The office, lads. Good day at the office. As you know, Twitter has been for the last few years the crazy train. I would use the crazy train of ludicrous agendas by governments, by different media platforms, by things just pushing one side of narrative onto people on Twitter, and ludicrous agendas of insanity. Let's put it that way. There's no other word to describe some agendas that the liberal industrial complex, the media industrial complex we call it too, has pushed. And now finally, people can have their own opinions. You and I, the only Joe of the world, can have our own opinions. And the mainstream media can't really do fuck all about it, to be totally honest, on Twitter. They can whinge about it, of course, but that's what's happening at the moment, having them out there about it. Poor Brian Stelter and CNN is having a fit. But yeah, the same with OT, they're having a fit too. But you look at it, there's nothing new in OT, they're always having a fit. As soon as anybody has a different opinion, they're the good man. The good bananas, lad. But yeah, just to say, I would just say this first to people, and I would do a comment to that there should be healthy debate on Twitter. Of course, there should be healthy debate, and I say to people to listen to people's arguments, no matter how stupid it is in your mind. Listen to people's arguments. Be courteous to each other. In other words, don't shout each other down like give them obscenities back in the face. Let people have their opinion. Of course, they're entitled to their opinion. But you can obviously say I disagree on this point and things like that. That's the way democracy works. Instead of shouting somebody down, as what was done beforehand on Twitter, people were shouted down for having an opinion, by NGOs, by the government, by media organisations, and by even Twitter itself. But yeah, I just encourage people to be friendly, to be courteous to people on Twitter. Use this free speech platform to the benefit of society. Because then again, that's what Elon Musk set out. It'd be beneficial for democracy, it'd be functional for healthy democracy. And obviously having people expressing their opinions, no matter what it is, if it's about vegetables, again, that's a democracy, entitled to like whatever vegetables they want, whatever. Again, this is just an example. But obviously, as I say, there's a line that shouldn't be crossed, and I'm sure you would agree, in terms of encouraging violence or harmful acts on animals or people or whatever. It should not be tolerated. I'm sure you would agree. I'm sure nobody else would say that should be allowed. It shouldn't be allowed. But yeah, so it is good. I'm very, very happy with it that people can actually finally have a place where they can speak and say their mind and what they think is right, and having only citizens, not the mainstream media, telling you one side of the narrative that you have to agree with this or else you're not going to have a job or anything. You're just going to be isolated from everything. And people can decide for themselves when they see on Twitter what they believe. And that's the end of the day. That's the democracy. Not having one side of the story covered, having two sides of the story covered, and that only citizens, only Joes like me and you, can look at Twitter and be like, I agree on this with this point of this post, but I also agree with this. And again, putting two and two together and finding common ground, it's how democracy works. It really, really is how democracy works. You see the both sides of the story. You don't see just one side of the story that the mainstream media want to cover because they have investments from higher ups and have orders from higher authorities to do what they have to do. And again, as I say, Twitter isn't the place now that they can drive insane agendas in relation to other things. I'm sure you would agree. There's been insane agendas pushed by mainstream media, by the NGOs, and by media personalities. No, not media personalities, but far left personalities particularly. And hopefully that'll be put a stop to the insane agendas. They're trying to get things passed that are absolutely insane after workers, to be totally honest. But again, at the end of the day, they're entitled to their opinion, even though it could be off of the workers. But again, they're entitled to their opinion. That's the democracy. Even though they could be wrong, and even though it could be gross, but again, they're entitled to it. It's their opinion. And again, we can't change it. Nobody can really change anybody's opinion. But yeah, it is a good day. I'm happy with it. I'm happy enough with it. But I only hope that people do be reasonable, with each other, and do be fair with each other. That's our hope. That's our hope. It won't be used as an evil term for badness or despite or anything like that. Because again, free speech is a debate for everybody. It's not just for one or two in the media. Beforehand it was just two news anchors telling you the news, not even giving you an opinion on the news, just telling you the news and not looking for any opinions back. And now it's different. Everybody has an opinion. So yeah, again, that's just me. That's just the way I see it. So yeah, That's all I say, lads and lassies. Let me know what you think. I know a good lot of people come back to Twitter, which is good. So yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. I know it's a very selfish plug for me, but Idrunung for the win. I don't post much, but yeah, I post some funny stuff. We tweet funny stuff and things about Celtic Cabin too, pictures of Celtic Cabin. So please do follow me there, and of course, be reasonable with each other online. That's all I say to people. Be reasonable, be courteous. Obviously do argue your points and your views. Of course, don't let anybody stop you doing that. But obviously be reasonable to people who have different opinions of what I'm trying to say. Because that's what free speech is about. People are entitled to their opinion. You could disagree with it. That's your entitlement. That's your right. But at the end of the day, hopefully this lasts, and hopefully that maybe please God, that all the other social media platforms will follow suit. God bless. Thank you.